Paul Walker, a well-known and cherished actor loved by millions of fans, died on November 30th, 2013 in a tragic car accident. He was in the car with his friend Roger Rodas when they lost control of the car and crashed. Everyone was shocked when they heard that the Fast and Furious star's life was ended by a car accident when he was only 40 years old. Thousands of fans gathered from all over the world to pay their respects to him at the crash site. Let's find out what exactly took place in that unfortunate day. Paul Walker's charity, Reach Out Worldwide, organized an event to raise money for the Philippines on November 30th, 2013. Walker and his friend, Roger Rodas, a former professional race car driver, decided to go for a test drive in his 2005 Porsche Carrera GT. Roger was the driver and Paul was on the passenger side. At 3:30 p.m., they were driving on Hercules Street in Valencia, a part of the neighborhood of Santa Clarita, California, when, out of nowhere, they lost control of the car and crashed. The official Los Angeles County Coroner's Office reported that Roger was driving at a very high speed, over 100 miles per hour, down the Hercules Street in the Valencia neighborhood. On that street, the speed limit is only 45 miles. Out of nowhere, they lost control of the car and they hit a sidewalk from the right side of the street. The driver's side of the car hit a street pole and then the vehicle spun around, and this time the passenger side struck a tree. This impact most likely killed both passengers on spot. After the CCTV footage was released, it revealed that the car burst into flames about 40 seconds after the crash. The sound of the crash was heard over 500 yards away by people attending the charity event. The impact with the tree was so strong that the car was unrecognizable. It was like a crumbled piece of metal. 911 was called immediately after the crash, and firefighters from the Los Angeles County Fire Department arrived promptly to extinguish the fire and to try to save the passengers inside. The LA County Sheriff's Department tried to do their best to save them, but ultimately declared both passengers deceased. Reports from the LA County coroner showed that Paul Walker didn't die on impact, and he actually died because of traumatic impact injuries in combination with thermal exposure. All of his organs shut down, multiple of his bones were fractured, including his left arm, jaw, collarbone, and much more. He was unrecognizable with the naked eye because of the severity of the burns he suffered. The autopsy reports revealed small traces of smoke in his trachea, which shows that he was still alive after the first impact. Rodas, on the other hand, suffered multiple injuries to his head, neck, and chest, and is believed that he died on impact. Also, after the investigation, it was revealed that there were no traces of alcohol or drugs in the body of any of the passengers. A few days later, two men were arrested for stealing parts of the crashed car, after crime scene investigators found out that parts of the car were missing. They both were sentenced to 6 months in prison for stealing. Jim Thorpe, a friend of Paul's at the scene of the accident, recounted to reporters what exactly had happened before this tragedy. He told reporters that Roger backed the car into the garage when Paul jumped in the car and said, "Hey, let's go for a drive." So they went for a little drive, and this is what happened. He continued, "It's strange. Paul made his movies, he lived his life and died fast and furious today. He loved speed, he loved cars, and he had to die this way. He died in a very fast car with his friend." The authorities soon began investigating the possible causes of the deadly crash. An investigation by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department revealed that his high speed was the main cause why Roger lost control of the car. According to the investigation, they were driving at a speed of over 100 miles per hour on a 45-mile zone, which led to the fatal crash. Authorities also had a theory that they were drag racing, but they couldn't sustain it as no other car was found regarding the accident. There were rumors that Walker's family had hired a private investigator to investigate a possible other cause of the accident. They had a theory that the car might have lost control because of the bot dots. Bot dots are round, non-reflective raised pavement markers used to mark lanes on highways and arterial roads. They found out that when hitting these markers at high speed, it will cause your car to hydroplane. As a result, lose control of the vehicle. Another reason might have been because the car was equipped with low-profile racing tires, which again makes the car way harder to drive. Furthermore, in 2004, Porsche sent a memo to dealers as a warning about the control problems of the Carrera GT, attentioning drivers to be careful on the road. On December 14, 2013, Paul Walker's private funeral took place at Forest Lawn Memorial Park in the Hollywood Hills. Rumors said that other than family members, numerous co-stars attended the funeral, including Tyrese Gibson, Ludacris, and Michelle Rodriguez. Later that day, Rodriguez tweeted, "I said goodbye to a great man today, a man I never got to show just how much I loved his spirit and his golden heart. Stay golden, pony boy." In 2016, Paul Walker's daughter, Meadow Rain Walker, 16 at the time, filed a lawsuit against Porsche for wrongful death. She claimed that her father died because of the Carrera GT design flaws and manufacturing defects. According to the lawsuit, the car allegedly lacks safety features that would normally be present in all cars manufactured by Porsche or any other car company, and that the lack of these features allegedly caused the accident. In addition, the reinforcing bars of the car's side doors were poorly welded, and a weaker material was used instead of the material typically used in commonly available vehicles. Investigators from Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, after a thorough investigation, made the conclusion that they didn't lose control of the car because of mechanical issues. The reason for this accident was high speed and worn-out tires. The passengers had their seatbelt buckled and the airbags worked perfectly fine when they hit the pole. Porsche also claimed that the car had unauthorized modifications, and they knew perfectly well the risk that came with operating a car with unauthorized modifications at very high speed. After 2 years, the lawsuit between Porsche and Paul Walker's daughter was settled and the terms of the agreement were kept confidential. Paul Walker's love for supercars was ultimately the reason why he died. He was well known for his popular series Fast and Furious. At the time of the accident, he was in the process of filming Fast and Furious 7 and was planned to be released in early 2014. Universal Pictures, after the news of Paul's death, promptly suspended the production of the film and announced that they would donate all the profits of Fast and Furious 6 to Paul's charity Reach Out Worldwide. Universal Pictures, as a tribute to Paul Walker and his character Brian O'Connor, decided to continue the filming of Fast and Furious 7 as close as possible to the original plan, with the help of Paul Walker's younger brothers Caleb and Cody Walker as body doubles and a lot of heavy computer-generated imagery. They managed to finish Fast and Furious 7 in honor of Paul Walker's legacy. Actually, Fast and Furious 7 wasn't the only movie released after his death. Another film with Paul Walker in the main role was Brick Mansions, released in 2014, a few months after the accident. This goes to show that his amazing work was still releasing even after his tragic death, and he will always be remembered for his contributions for the entertainment industry. Paul was only 40 years old when he passed away, and his death shocked everyone who knew him. Not only his friends and family felt empty after the loss, but also fans who loved him and his work. And because of that, numerous tributes and memorials were organized in his honor. Despite his sudden death, his legacy will live on through his work and memories he left behind, and will always be remembered as a true car enthusiast and amazing actor. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking this video and subscribing for more videos like this.